So you're thinking about moving to Orange Beach, Alabama, Gulf Shores and the surrounding areas. Well, today we are going to do a video about Ono Island. We are going to do a pros and cons video of living on Ono Island. And this video actually came about as a kind of a side note from a property that Cindy sold a couple months ago. Yeah, she sold this beautiful new construction home on Ono Island that I wanted to film for you guys, and I did go film and put it on the show. And actually Cindy ended up filming it with me because there's a whole story about how that went down, which all led to we have to do a video about living on Ono Island. So that's how this all came about. And we're going to get to the pros and cons list. So let's get to it. Hey guys, if this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, and ring the little bell so you can be one of the first ones to learn everything there is to know about the current market conditions in Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, and surrounding areas. My name is Aileen Fountain, along with my partner Andy Hollis and our entire team. This is Cindy. We do these videos each and every week just to be informative, just to let you know what it's like to live here, vacation here, and own property here. So whether it's 9 days or 90 days from when you're thinking about making your move, give us a call, shoot us a text, email us, set up a Zoom. We'd love to meet with you face to face. We get calls, texts, and emails from people just like you every single day, and we absolutely love it. So as I mentioned, we are going to discuss life on Ono Island. This is one of our teammates, Cindy Adams, and she needed to be on this episode, even though she does not want to be on camera at all. I was able to get her on this one because we have a fun little story to tell.
Yeah.
As we get into the pros and cons, that was real life happened to us.
Yeah.
So, you know, spoiler alert, I came a little unhinged, which is not like me, but
9:30 in the morning.
On a Friday. So a little bit about Ono Island. If you don't know, it is a very exclusive island in Orange Beach. It is 5.5 miles long. It's got 11 miles of waterfront properties and homes. It's a really exclusive property. In fact, there's a lot of famous people and important people that own property or live on Ono Island. Everyone from coaches to Andy Andrews,
golf legends.
Yeah, a lot of rumors of real famous people, but we won't get into all that. It is definitely a very exclusive island, and one of the reasons why is it's absolutely gorgeous. It's surrounded by water. You've got Old River to the south. You've got Bayou St. John to the north. And you just have this really beautiful island full of gorgeous homes. Mm-hmm. All right, we'll get into the pros and cons part. First pro, I think is already, we've kind of touched on it, is the exclusive privacy and security of the island. This island is very secure. It has a guard shack.
Yes, it does.
It has a bridge.
Yes.
Surrounded by water. So
one way on.
There's only one way on unless you swim, which is not likely that you would make it across. No, I wouldn't do it. So gated private community, and so you got limited access. So if you are somebody who really wants the security and the privacy, then you're going to want to check out Ono Island, and that's going to be a big pro. For others, and we'll touch on it a little bit when we get to the cons part of this video, but it could actually be a con depending on your personality, but a lot of people view it as a pro. So that is number one on our pros list. Number two is the waterfront lifestyle. Just touched on that. 11 miles of water frontage, and that does not even include the canals inside of Ono. There's several canals in Ono Island, so you have additional waterfront options there. So huge boating community.
Yeah, you have access to a lot of restaurants, shopping, Sand Rock Cave, yacht club.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned there's 1,100 homes on Ono Island. So there's something for everyone. A lot of different styles of architecture, building, it ranges from the 70s all the way to today. So a lot of different types of homes. So it's a really cool waterfront lifestyle. Number 3 on our pros list is the high quality amenities. You've got an Olympic-sized pool, you have an indoor pool, you have a boat launch, a really nice boat launch that has 2 launches, parking for your trailer.
Yes.
So really, really nice there.
Yeah, big parking area too. It's not just a small little area.
They even got a kids park with a big grassy area. They host community events there, bring food trucks.
They do food trucks and yeah.
They have their own fire station and water tower.
Yes.
So I think that is super cool because it is a really long island, and I think, you know, from a safety and security standpoint, I love that it's got its own fire station.
Yeah,
I'm sure
it's about 5 miles to get to the end.
I'm sure the residents enjoy that too. Number 4 on our pros list is the strong community atmosphere. I mean, we've witnessed it every time we go on there. You've got, you know, kids just out playing like the old days. You've got, you know,
skateboarding on the sidewalks and
people walking up and down the sidewalks,
walking their dogs.
Yep, and then it's very, very safe. Very safe because of the security aspect, because everyone is fully checked.
Yes.
Before they come on.
Do the speed limit.
Yeah, that's strictly enforced as well.
Yes, it is.
So a lot of, but anyone who's lived on Ono will tell you a very strong sense of community there. Very active neighborhood. I mean, you got the tennis courts, the pickleball courts, the basketball courts. And so a lot of opportunity to engage with your neighbors in a outdoorsy, fun lifestyle. So number 5 on our pros list is the proximity to entertainment and waterfront restaurants. You literally have Old River and Floribama Yacht Club right across the waterway. I mean, if you've ever eaten at any one of those restaurants and you look out and you see the homes, that is Ono Island.
Yep.
So,
and you're right at the pass to get out to Blue Water in no time.
Yep. And another restaurant there, which is Cobalt. So, and then we got San Roque, which is right there too.
Yeah.
So San Roque's got a lot of shopping and nice restaurants there as well. So that is just the lifestyle that Ono provides with, as far as water access, a ton of
just true island living.
Yeah. I mean, it is true. I mean, you definitely...
It's definitely boater's paradise.
I wouldn't personally want to live on Ono if I wasn't on the water with a boat.
No.
I mean, that has got to be like 95% of the...
Why you live on Ono.
Yeah. All right. So just as there are pros, there are also cons to living on Ono Island, and you are going to definitely want to hear about those. First con is high cost of living. You know, you really have to have, on average, a pretty healthy budget to get on Ono Island. Although I will say the entry point on Ono Island is actually pretty reasonable. The prices range from $500,000 to $8 million. You know, the large, beautiful, newer waterfront homes will certainly get into $8 million and above even, which puts the average price point on Ono Island at $2 million. There's also, you know, lots that are super reasonable. They range from $150,000 to not so reasonable, which is $2.5 million. Again, all depending on waterfront, non-waterfront, age, square footage, style of construction, you know, where you are on the island itself. I mean, if you are, you know, on Old River, I mean,
those prices go up
so
dramatically.
Such a great spot on the island to be on. I would love to be right there, one of those first houses on Old River.
Yeah.
And then I just...
with the pools right on the river.
And then I would just, you know, sit out there and just look at Floribama Yacht Club.
I would just come over to your house every day and sit with you.
If I let you on the island, you would have to have a pass with the security.
Well, there's that. I have access to Ono. So.
Oh, you already have access?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Do you?
Yeah, of course. Okay. Number 2 on the cons list, and I'm going to be honest with you, this is a big one for people. I hear it all the time. There is one way on and one way off. There is a 2-lane bridge where you stop at a security guard and you either get on or you don't.
Yes.
And then you go over this tiny little bridge onto the island. And so some people are really just not comfortable with that. I don't know. Like, I guess the fact that they have their own fire station definitely makes me feel a little bit better. But
yeah, I think when people think in terms of hurricane evacuation, if there's a fire, you know, there's only one way to get out. Traffic builds up.
Right. Right. So,
I think having the fire department, having a fire station on the island helps alleviate a lot of that. Though.
Well, I just know over the years, I've heard it so many times. Like, I would never live on Ono because there's only one way on and one way off. So people really do think of that as a big drawback. So the other thing about that is, you know, the proximity of where you're going on Ono Island. I mean, if you're going to the far east end. I mean, if you look at Ono on a map, and maybe Andy will drop it in right here, we can see. I mean, Ono Island, even though the entire island is in Alabama,
it reaches out almost to Perdido.
Oh, goes way into Perdido, way past the Floribama. I mean, it actually, when it hits the Florida line from a land standpoint, across the way, I mean, you're only about a third of the way in the island. I mean, like the majority of the island you would think is in Florida, which it's not. I mean, the way that the lines are drawn for the waterway, it goes around the island. But still, it is, if you're on that east end and you're going the speed limit like you're supposed to be, it feels like it takes forever, even though it doesn't. It's like probably only like 10 or 12 minutes, but it feels so long.
It's only minutes. I've timed it out, but it does feel like a lot longer.
It does. So, I mean, like if you get there to your house and you forgot something at the grocery store, like you're going to be... DoorDash can't get on the island? I mean, do you know how much effort it would take to get your DoorDash on the island?
They can. Yeah, you can DoorDash.
Okay, well, anyway, you're going to be pissed if you forget something at the grocery store.
You would be, yeah.
I mean, there's no Dollar General on Ono Island.
When you go out, get your supplies for the day. Like,
I mean, there's 87 Dollar Generals between Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, but not
on Ono
is on Ono Island. So you can't run into Dollar General if you forget something.
You can't take a boat to Dollar General either.
Not right now. I'm sure they will build one somewhere where you could come up on boat.
Yeah. If you build it, they will come.
All right, so here's another really important con if you have kids. A lot of people don't realize this or know this, but Ono Island is not a part of the city of Orange Beach, and therefore kids that live on Ono Island are not guaranteed the ability to go to the city schools. Both Orange Beach and Gulf Shores do currently right now offer basically a paid way in, so you can pay a tuition if you're not in the city of Gulf Shores or Orange Beach, but that is not a guarantee. And I can tell you that both city school systems are basically at capacity already. So I would not count on that being a guarantee to be able to pay a tuition to go to either one of those city schools. So if you weren't able to go to Gulf Shores or Orange Beach, then your county school system that Ono is zoned for is Foley. And although the south end of Foley is not far, the schools in Foley are not on the south side. They're up in the highway, around Highway 98 area. So it would be a hike if you had to go to the Foley schools from Ono Island.
Yeah.
Even the private schools in our area are not close at all to Ono Island. So I mean, you've got several private schools, but none of them are close.
That is a really
we don't even have a private school on the island. You have to leave the island. So you basically would leave two islands. You'd leave Ono Island
and then you leave the big island
and then the actual island.
Yeah.
So you would travel 2 islands to get to school. Yeah.
That's kind of fun.
Is
it? Not fun, but kind of, I mean,
it'd be a big con.
It would be a huge con.
Now, if I could guarantee my kids going to be able to go to Orange Beach or Gulf Shores and pay the fee, Although Gulf Shores would be a bit of a hike too from Ono. So anyway, yeah, that is
a big con.
Definitely something you want to know before moving to Ono Island if you've got kids. So that's a big one. The next con on our list is just the potential for natural disasters. I mean, you are on a
barrier reef.
You're on a barrier island.
Yeah.
You are not only are you surrounded by water, but you are very close to the Gulf of Mexico. So, you know, storm surge is something that you have to be really aware of. And then also just insurance costs. So, I mean, if you're not in a gold fortified home, or, you know, perhaps you are, but it's, you know, 6,000 square feet. I mean, you know, so you definitely are going to want to be prepared for higher insurance costs and make sure that you do understand the insurance side of it before purchasing on Ono Island. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
How did your insurance shake out on the new construction? Was it pretty decent?
Yeah. The insurance wasn't bad because it was across the street.
Yeah, you weren't directly on the water, and it was I'm sure it was gold fortified.
Yes.
So all important factors. Fifth con on the list, and this is, you know, it depends on your personality really, but it's strict community regulations. I mean, they monitor the speed, and that's strictly enforced, which now that I'm old, I actually find that as a pro.
It is.
I don't want people speeding through my neighborhood.
No, because there are a lot of kids that play in the neighborhood. There's sidewalks throughout the neighborhood, so there's always kids on bicycles, running, playing, skateboarding.
But the strict getting on and off is a con to a lot of people. I mean, number one, you know, it's not, if you've got lawn care people, if you're building, God bless, if you're building a house on Ono Island, I can't even imagine. There's a lot of vendors, and I heard it throughout the years. There's so many vendors down here that refuse to do work on Ono Island, like absolutely refuse, because of the hassle of getting on and off the island, the hassle of them doing work while they're there, and they just flat out won't do it.
No.
So you know, whether or not you like the strict enforcement, you are going to be limited on who's going to come to your house to do work. I mean, that is.
So you have to make sure that you add them to a list with the guards.
I know, but it goes beyond that, because I think just the hassle of it. I mean, I've just heard it throughout the years that people that do work, various different vendors.
Yes.
From lawn care to HVAC to handyman to roof repair.
Well,
I mean everything. And they hate it.
Specific, I went out every week for a little over a month, and if I didn't have my business card with me, they knew me. If I didn't have my business card, they wouldn't let me on the island.
So that is going to segue into a story. The whole story of how this video even came about was Cindy and I were in communication about, you know, our closing with Cindy's buyers, and beautiful home. I was super excited to video this property for you guys. We do love Ono Island.
Yes.
It's not for everybody, but we love Ono Island. I couldn't wait to go film the island and this house, and I was all excited about this video, but I run a very tight schedule. So I had earmarked, you know, Fridays and just generally when I film and when Andy films and when we meet and when we do YouTube stuff. So I had earmarked a very specific window of time and a very tight schedule to go on Ono Island and to film.
Yeah.
And Cindy's like, okay, Aileen, I'm gonna make sure that you're on the guest list, get you on. She said, but you know, I've got friends in town. We're gonna be going to brunch Friday morning, so I'm not gonna be able to come with you. And I was like, well, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Like I don't need you, you know, just make sure I can get on. I pull up to the guard shack. I've got everything ready. I got my ID, my business card. I'm wearing my collared EXP shirt. I've got everything. I'm ready to film. I'm on the guest list, people. They know that I'm on this list to come to this particular house.
Yeah.
She takes my ID and she comes back and she said, do you know your license is expired? I said, yeah, it just expired and I have an appointment to go to the DMV to get it renewed. She said, well, I can't let you on the island. I said, I'm sorry, what? Excuse me? I said, it just expired. She said, yeah, that's our policy. You have to have a valid driver's license. I said, well, I'm getting it renewed. She said, well, I can't let you on until it's renewed. She then says, well, you do know you can renew them online. I'm like, yes, I'm well aware that you can renew them online, but I'm getting the Star Real ID, and you can't do that online. You have to go in person, and appointments are a minimum of 2 weeks out. I took the first available appointment to get in there.
Did they tell you that like your ID would be okay? And
so I was so flustered in the moment because I was like, I have a driver's license that just expired. I have my business card. I'm wearing my shirt ID. I'm on the guest list. Like, what is the problem? Like, and she was like, yeah. So anyway, so I was so flustered that I pull around and I go to leave the island, and I'm getting madder and madder. Like, they keep your ID until you pull around because they don't want you to, like, you know, try into the island and just get off. So I have to pull around and wait for my ID, and I'm getting madder and madder. Like, I'm like, this just, like, I don't know when I mean, it might be 2 weeks before I can get back out here to film this house. Like, I'm like running that tight of a schedule. So I am furious at this point. And I'm remembering now that the DMV told me over the phone, like, because I was all worried about it being expired. She was like, don't worry. You have a 30-day grace period to renew it. So now I'm remembering, like, it's not even expired. I mean, it's expired, but it's still valid. I mean, I still have a
DMV, not without
valid ID, but Ono wasn't having it.
Ono's not having it.
So I took my ID and I sped out of there as fast as my electric car would go. So mad. And I peeled out of there and called Cindy.
Oh,
and
she's so mad.
It's been a long time since I was that mad.
It's been a very long time since I've seen you that mad.
Called Cindy and I just had to vent. And at first she felt really bad because she could tell I was really upset. And then when I told her that I peeled out.
She said, I took my ID and I peeled out. And I'm like, wait a minute, aren't you like in an electric car? I
was like, I went as fast as my electric car would go. And she lost it. She was like, I'm sorry. I know you're upset, but that is so funny.
Yeah.
So she proceeded to go to brunch and tell everyone she could.
I've told everybody
this story, as she thinks it's hysterical. And so I finally calmed down and I was like, okay. I was like, all right, we're going to do a pros and cons video of living on Ono Island. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
We did make it back.
Oh, well, no. 3 times before we got on the island.
Got her on.
So the lady at the guard, she said, well, I'll let you on, but somebody else is going to have to drive you on with a valid ID. And I'm like, okay, yeah, let me go find a chauffeur last minute. I'll be back. So I call her and we do reschedule a totally another day, like a week or two later.
Yes.
To get back on. So she calls her clients and put us on the guest list. We're going back. I'm like, Cindy, you got valid ID. Do you have your business card? Again, we're wearing Collar DXP shirts. We're like, we went through the whole list. We're ready. Like, we are getting on. So I'm all excited. We pull up.
They wouldn't let me on.
They wouldn't let her on. They said, you're not on the guest list.
I wasn't on the list. I had everything I needed. I've been going out to the island for months at this point, and they wouldn't let me on.
So she said, oh, I'm getting on this island. And I'm in the driver's seat dying laughing because she's now getting denied. They're like, ma'am, you're not on the guest list. You cannot come on. She's like, oh, I'm on the guest list.
Yeah.
And they're like, you're not on the guest list. So I am cracking up. Now this has turned into pure entertainment for me because now she's pissed. And she's like, I'm getting on this island. And they're like, ma'am, pull around and we'll give you your ID back. She whips around, she pulls off to the side and
right by the
first you tried to pull up in front to the side and they're like, no, ma'am, you have to pull around. And you're like, ugh. You pull around and you pull off to the side and she's calling her client. And they knock on the window like, ma'am, you can't stay here. You have to leave the island.
They were like, you can park across the road over at the beach if you want, but you can't be on property.
So we peeled out a second time. This time she's pissed and I'm laughing. So we get down the road, we go park at the beach, and she's on the phone with her client. She's like, hey, we can't get in. So she puts us on the list. We turn around for a third time.
Yeah.
And we get on the island.
Yeah. By the time we got back, they had us on the list and we were ready to go.
Yeah. So
it's
the security's legit there.
Yes, it is.
I did feel really bad about my attitude the first time because I'm sure that they don't get paid enough to deal with people's attitudes that they get. I'm sure they get it all day long.
All the time.
They have to get it all day long.
It's very strict.
Because if I get mad, it takes a lot to get me mad. If I get mad, then there's probably a lot of...
I think that's part of what made it so funny that morning is because you don't get that upset.
I never get mad.
Not like that.
You've seen me mad like twice.
And
that was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
But she was entertained and she did end up making me laugh. I forget what you said, but I did end up laughing.
I think it got to the point I couldn't stop laughing and I did feel bad about that, but not that bad.
Yeah, I think the pure enjoyment that you got out of it did make me come around and
kind of
I worked myself out of it.
Yeah. I do think it speaks though to how safe the island is, and it can be a pro and a con getting on the island. It can be a little bit of a pain if you don't have all of your ducks in a row, but if you're living on the island and you have kids, it is a big safety feature.
Yeah, and I can tell you, as somebody with a small child, I would really like the safety factor.
Yeah.
Being a parent, I would not like, having, guests come, friends and family come visit, any kind of work being done to the house.
Any kind of work, yeah.
DoorDash, I would love to see DoorDash get on that island. I want to hear about a DoorDash experience. Will you call them and tell them to DoorDash next time they're there? I want to see if they get on.
They do.
Okay. That actually really changes my opinion on if you forget something at the grocery store. Mm-hmm. Then you just spend $100 to Instacart it. I mean, but if you live on Ono Island, I'm sure you can afford it.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm not going back to the store.
No, not going back to the store.
I will say this though, and from the new build that I just sold on Ono, it's like 10 minutes from their front door to Publix. So it's not that far. It seems further, I think, but it's really not that far of a drive. Yeah,
and the other thing is if you live on Ono, you have an owner's side that you can you go through. It's got a gate and you can I guess it's like a fob or whatever, and you just go right through.
Absolutely.
So you don't have to
You're not stuck in traffic.
You don't have to wait in line because I mean the day we went, I mean it was all backed up. So I mean we waited a while before we got denied for the second time. And then we waited a while to get through the third time. So
there's always a line of construction, just constantly a line of people waiting to go through. But absolutely, there is an owner's line, easy access on and off.
So not bad if you're an owner, but if you're a guest, it can be a little frustrating.
Absolutely.
So we do have a couple little FAQs we're going to go over real quick before we end this video. Another big thing, and this again, pro or con, depends on your personality, but there's no short-term rentals allowed on Ono Island. I get that question asked a lot. A lot of times people will see an Ono Island property and they're looking for an investment property and they go, oh, what about this property, Aileen? And I'm like, no, that entire island is off limits, no short-term rentals. So if you are going to live there full-time or it's a true second home, you don't want short-term rental properties. So, it's ultimately a pro, but it definitely, from an investor standpoint, I mean, you wouldn't even consider Ono Island. So the other thing we're going to talk about is the actual HOA. So you have basically a master POA of Ono Island, and that has its own set of annual fees, which is $1,700 a year, which is not bad for all the maintenance and everything that you get. You get is approximately $900 a year for the fire protection, which they have, as we mentioned, they have their own fire department, which is super cool. And then you have a $600 optional rec fee. So if you don't, if you already had a private pool in your house, maybe you have your own fitness center in the house. I mean, there's certainly plenty of houses on Ono Island that have their own fitness, and you wouldn't have to pay the optional rec fee to go utilize those amenities. Again, if you're on the water, you don't need the boat launch. You don't need some of those amenities that you would pay the $600 for. And then there are also 6 active subdivisions within the master subdivision. There's actually more, but most of them are inactive, but 6 active ones, and they can also have an additional fee. Ono North particular, which is a big one, has an additional $400 a year fee. They have an additional rec center as well. So those are some things to be aware of. And then the big one is that you may not know about if you're a buyer. There's an $8,000 one-time buy-in fee. So when you purchase your property on Ono, you will pay that one time at closing. You will also pay a $500 transfer fee, HOA transfer fee, which the transfer fees are pretty typical amongst condos and HOAs down here. So $500 is not an unusual thing, but the $8,000 is. Not a lot of buy-ins down here. The Wharf has one, Ono has one. There's probably a few others, but that's definitely a pretty good chunk of change, especially if you were in the lower price point. If you're buying a $5 million house, it's irrelevant.
Yeah, so I think that's the $8,000 kind of gives the glamour to being on Ono.
Yep. So anyway, there's our pros and cons list. If you found this informative, give us a like. If there was anything that we missed or any information about this video that you would have liked us to do, give us a comment. We are always trying to bring relevant content to you. We're always trying to bring informational things that are pertinent to anyone who's interested in Orange Beach, Alabama and surrounding areas. So this is, once again, Cindy Adams. She is on our OBA living team. And we hope you enjoyed this video. And until next time, we hope to see you around town.
I get flip-flops and your shades that tip the sand. Where the Gulf breeze blows, it's a wonderland. Orange Beach living, oh, it feels so right. From sun